right, Bagley Avenue. What does that mean? Well, Bagley Avenue is the Ford Motor Company. It's the place where Henry Ford, it's the location of this building where he experimented with building his first cars in the Bagley Avenue location. This is the Bagley Avenue building. See, Bagley Avenue Workshop. Henry Ford built his first automobile in the backyard shed at the duplex he and his wife Clara rented at 58 Bagley Avenue, Detroit, while working as a steam engineer at the Edison Illuminating Company. That's where he got to know Edison. And Henry Ford spent his spare time making an automobile, like everybody else does, right? With the help of talented friends, Ford finished his quadricycle in time for his first drive in 1896. Holy cow. Some early designs. Oh, that's a bit weird looking. Until you give it back to me.
So you get $300. I got $250 on the phone where? $250 right now.
$250. Do we hear three? Do we hear three? $10.
It's on 18 seconds. Is that enough?
That's good.
Okay.
Oh, here. You do this again.
Well, is it on?
Yeah.
Well, here you are, folks.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Great.
Good.
We're doing great.
How are you doing today?
It is.
My name is Ray, and this is our original 1914 Model T. Oldest car in our fleet. This car is 110 years old.
110.
110. You can imagine that? 110 years old. Where are you folks from?
Florida.
How are you? Wonderful.
Yes, this weather is fantastic.
Isn't it great?
Feels like January.
In a very nice way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't so nice yesterday. Were you here yesterday?
No, that's what we didn't come yesterday because it was pretty soggy.
Chilly.
Yeah. Work.
So have you been here before?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why we
Just-
came back. We
Last
just
year
came
was her
back
first
here.
time,
Welcome back.
and we're now addicted.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things that once you're here, you kind of get a little bit of it.
It's such a great, especially a day like it's always like this in Michigan, right?
Pardon me?
The weather's always like this.
Well, let's hope so. Now, if you're here in July and August,
Yeah.
it might be a little muggy, might be a little warm.
And the thunder's, this is great.
This is my favorite car because it is our oldest, and it's a wonderful, wonderful automobile.
So if this is the oldest one, how many hours or how many days can you drive? Can this be driven before it's maintained?
Well, it gets checked every night.
Okay.
So we do check them every night. We check the lubrication, make sure that the oil level in the engine is where it should be. And then we check the chassis parts. The chassis parts are lubricated by oil, not by grease.
Oil.
Newer, they were done by grease. These are done by oil. So there's little caps on each joint which you pick up and make sure it's full of oil. So a lot of the spots you see on the pavement, they are engine oil, but they're also chassis oil because it does leak a little bit. So we check that every night. And then really we just make sure the drivability is okay, that the engine's not missing, we don't have a spark plug issue or some other issue with the car. And that's pretty much it on a daily basis. We change the oil every month, which is about 1,000 miles.
1,000 miles.
That's fairly frequent, but this car does not have an oil filter because it does not have an oil pump. It operates on a splash technology, much like a lawnmower would today. So the oil just splashes around and lubricates the engine. And also the engine and transmission share the same oil. So lots of opportunities for dirt to get in the oil.
Now, is it a two-cycle engine or?
No, it's a 4. Yeah, so it is. It has a crankcase with engine on the lower part, with oil on the lower part, and then the gasoline gets assimilated by a carburetor. So it is a carbureted vehicle. Now the car, as I said, does not have an oil pump, so therefore it doesn't have any oil filter. And also this technology was developed in 1908, the engine technology. So it's what we call a very loose engine. There's a lot of what they call blow-by. So if you're familiar with a 4-cycle engine, it makes 4 strokes at each power. And when it does an explosion stroke, it makes compression, then the spark plug makes an ignition and it pushes down the piston. That's the power stroke. Well, a certain amount of that combustible material leaks by the piston rings and finds its way into the oil. Small amounts, but you stack it up over many miles and it gets to be a lot of contaminants. So that's why we change the oil every 1,000 miles. The oil smells like gasoline when it comes out because it's got a lot of contaminants in it.
Now, is that why it goes putter?
That's just the way the engine runs.
Oh, that's like neutral almost. Neutral is rolling.
This is actually the accelerator here.
Okay.
So neutral is my left foot is the gear shift. So when I push it down halfway, right now it's in neutral. I push the right foot as the brake. So for me to stop, I have to push the left foot halfway down, the right foot all the way down. So this is the stop mode. Now left halfway down is neutral. For me to back up, I hit the middle pedal. That's reverse. Middle pedal is reverse, yeah. So now this left pedal has basically 3 positions, but there's no notching, there's no delineation. You just have to feel it. And we have 13 cars. They're all mechanically the same, but they all have individual personalities. So the grab point for the gears are different on all of them. So for me to go, I give it gas up here, I push down on the left pedal. That's first gear. Back to idle. Let the pedal come out. Now we're in second gear. So pedal all the way down, first gear, all the way out, second gear, halfway down neutral. Stop, left halfway down, right all the way down, stop. Go, gas, left all the way down, take it back to idle, let the pedal come out, and give it gas. So you shift at idle, as opposed to a conventional manual transmission today, you would be shifting with power. This is different. Everybody, we have about 2,000 students here today, I think.
Yes. We bumped into all 2,000.
I have a question about the horn.
Yes,
Is the sound of the horn patented?
the horn patented. That's a good question. I don't know that.
You know, they're very unique.
It is unique. I don't know if it's patented, but it is a Model T design horn. And if you look at the horn, you see it on the front.
Well, honk honk. I got several hours of riding in Model T cars, but I think I'll wind it down here. This is filmed with a Insta360 sticking out the window, by the way. And turns out my Uncle Lee really liked riding these cars. I was talking to my Aunt Carol about this, and she said she took my uncle to ride these, and he just giggled and laughed the whole time. So it turns out I am Lee. You too can be Lee. Just stop on by the Greenfield Village next to the Henry Ford Museum in Dearborn, Michigan, and you can get some full-on Aruga. So every time I hear that horn sound, I will think of my Uncle Lee and his joy he got from riding these old buggies, these Tin Lizzies, around in Greenfield Village. Thank you, and subscribe to the channel, and you might see some more Model Ts, because like I said, I have lots more footage. I'll find some interesting ones. The fellows driving would always give you more details than you ever dreamed of, and some history of the car and such. But there's more to see. There's the interior of the museum. I have some video from there, so subscribe, click the little bell button, and you can get reminded. reminded of when my videos are there. Thank you. See ya. Bye.